everyone, this is Calvin Castine. We're at Peru Central School. It's approaching noon on this February 18th, 1995, when we're here for the Junior Varsity Championship game from the CVAC, featuring the unbeaten in CVAC action Northeastern Clinton Central School, representing Division I, representing Division II, the Ticonderoga Sentinels. Cougars, coached by Jim Gagno, will give you the lineup. Let's see, they're going to be introducing the lineups here, so we'll wait and see what happens.
For the Ticonderoga Sentinels.
For the Sentinels.
At forward, a sophomore, number 21, Sue Pocket.
Sue Pocket.
At forward, a sophomore, number 31, Sarah McKeever.
Sarah McKeever.
At guard, a sophomore, number 20, Sarah Cassie.
Sarah Cassie.
At guard, a freshman, number 23, Wendy Wheeler.
Wendy Wheeler.
And at guard, a sophomore, number 32, Devin Quackenbush.
Devin Quackenbush.
Starting lineup for the Cougars. At guard, a freshman, number 11, Stacy Miller.
For the Cougars, Stacy Miller.
At guard, freshman, number 12, Heather Boris.
Heather Boris.
At forward, sophomore, number 24, Christina Brown.
Christina Brown.
At forward, a sophomore, number 23, Hillary Tremblay.
Hillary Tremblay.
And at center, a sophomore, number 20, Bonnie the Shack.
Bonnie LeCount, today known as the Shack. Non-starters for the Cougars. Let's see, only 5 here today. This looks like somebody is AWOL. Here's our anthem. Quickly, our non-starters for the Northeastern Clinton Cougars: Danielle Castine, Erica Brown. Let's see who else we can see there. Heather Dessereau, Lisa Marlowe, and Erin Gadway. Hillary Peets not here today. Got some stats for the Cougars that we'll pass along to you as the game progresses. Quickly, the ball comes to Christina Brown, and she is fouled. Nice to see the varsity coaches here. I was noting their absence, and I was going to mention it too, but the varsity coaches are here. Saw a couple of the varsity players in attendance. It'd be nice if more of the modified A and varsity players and coaches were here and cheering on the future varsity players at Northeastern. Quackenbush brings it down for the Sentinels, taken away. Brown will give it to Boris. Miller to Tremblay. Now to LeCount. Back to Tremblay. Courtesy of Jim Gagnon, we have several stats on the players. The 11 players that comprise the Northeastern Clinton Cougars. In the league, the Cougars were 16, I'll make that 15-0. The NAC didn't have a JV team, so they only go to 15-0. And overall, they were 16-1. They played a couple of non-league games against Vermont teams, BFA, where they beat at Northeastern. Then they lost at Essex Junction to Essex Junction. And of course, if you're following girls basketball in Vermont at all, even a little bit, you know the Essex Junction is the top team in the state of Vermont this year and last year. And that's their varsity, so losing to their JVs by 3 points is certainly nothing to sneeze at, and the potential tying shot was on its way to the hoop and off the mark, but on its way to the hoop as the horn sounded. So the Cougars had a chance to tie that and send it into overtime. They had several players ill that weren't at the game, and Stacy Miller right here, the spark plug, one of the spark plugs on his team, was injured during the ball game and wasn't able to play very much of that contest. Then there was the phantom timeout. LeCount gets it back out to Tremblay. Tremblay puts it back up. Traveling call will go back to the Cougars. Tremblay inbounds to Brown. She's blocked. Miller comes up with it, but it's taken away. Getting back to that phantom timeout, in New York State, you're allowed 5 timeouts in girls basketball. In Vermont, only 4, and it's not the type of thing. Not the type of thing as a steal. Brown brings it back. Layup is good, and Christina Brown makes this a 2-0 ball game. So 5-second violation gives it back to the Cougars. Timeouts aren't something that you would think to ask about before a game starts. You're used to getting 5. You assume everybody gets 5. So the Cougars needed that 5th timeout and called it without knowing that it wasn't available, and ended up being a technical foul, and that was probably the difference in the ball game. So just a fluke bit of luck, and the Cougars could be completely unbeaten this year. Blue ball. Erica Brown set to come in. Ball stays in. Sue Pocket at the line. 5:23, I guess, on the clock. Erica Brown and Danielle Castine in the ball game. They're replacing Stacy Miller and Bonnie LeCount. Looks like she's happy to be in. Back up, too strong. Off Brown, white ball, blue ball. 2-1 the score. On a defensive struggle so far. Long shot, 3-point attempt. Rebounded by Heather Boris up to Christina Brown. She'll pass back to Tremblay. Boris to Brown. Castine cross court to Brown. Out underneath to Christina Brown, and it's good. Christina Brown with a bucket. There it's 4-1 Cougars. Cougars will press. Stolen by Erica Brown. And it's Cougar ball. The timeout. While we have that timeout, we'll come over some of those statistics that Jim Gagno gave us in scoring. Very close scoring, a well-balanced Cougar team. Stacy Miller is the leading scorer with 8 points a game, followed very closely by Hillary Tremblay with 7.94, so 0.06 separates them coming into today's contest. And right behind them in third place is Bonnie LeCount, 7.82. Then Heather Boris, 5.73. Oh, excuse me, Christina Brown, 6.07 is fourth. Then Heather Boris, 5.73. Erica Brown, 5.24. And Danielle Castine is in seventh place at 3.87. And then Heather Dessereau is also right behind. She's averaging 3 1/3, 3.35 points per game. Shooting percentage, Stacy Miller is the leading shooting percentage at .457. And it's Bonnie LeCount and Danielle Castine, then Hillary Tremblay, then Heather Boris and Erica Brown and Christina Brown. Castine out to Tremblay. Tremblay, whoops, thinking about it. Gets it to Erica Brown. She puts it up. It's short. And Pocket with a rebound. Boris breaks it up. Back to Pocket, and she's fouled. Some other stats, free throw percentage. Bonnie LeCount and Danielle Castine are tied for first there. In third place is Heather Boris. And it's Erica Brown, Stacy Miller, and Lisa Marlowe. On rebounds, the leader there with 6.35 is Bonnie LeCount. In second place with 3.86 is Danielle Castine. In third place is Christina Brown and Erica Brown and Hillary Tremblay and Heather Boris and then Stacy Miller. I really expected there to be more rebounds than what there are here. But a rebound is supposed to be taken off the basket, and if it bounces around a little bit and you end up with a ball, then technically we're not going to be credited with a rebound. Shot rebounded by Erica Brown. White ball. 4-1. 4:09 to go. Brown will inbound to Boris. And off loose, white ball. And Jim Gagno wants a timeout. Wants to get his team settled here. The team is averaging 58.7 points per game, allowing just 24.8, doubling the opponent's score. Boris underneath to Brown. Christina Brown puts it in. I believe she has all 6 points for the Cougars. Hillary Tremblay with a steal. Last game we taped, there's a steal by Erica Brown. We lost it. Last game we taped, Bonnie LeCount scored the first 8 points, then Hillary Tremblay scored the next 10 points for Northeastern. So there are some streaks going once in a while. A 6-3 ball game. Cougars are favored, but Castine back to Boris, over to Brown, back to Castine, quickly to Tremblay. Ty looking for the big upset win. Pocket with a rebound. Stolen by Erica Brown. And a foul. Stacy Miller back in. She'll give Heather Boris a rest. Now LeCount will come back in for Castine. Nope, she's coming in for Christina Brown. Or Castine. Castine. I don't think you can take the girl who scored all your points out of the game. Well, she's getting tired. Erica Brown over to Christina Brown. See if she's still got that hot hand. Yes! Christina Brown with her 8th point. Erica Brown with a steal, rolls the rim. Champlain puts it back up. Travel. Champlain inbounds deep to Miller. Miller gets it back. Over to LeCount, cross court. Ball comes to Brown. She's has it taken away. Brown over to Miller, back to Brown, now out to Tremblay. Erica Brown's shot is deflected. LeCount's there for the rebound, and she's fouled. LeCount shoots. And she gets a foul shot in. So it's 9-3 Cougar lead. Northeastern hasn't been tested very often in the CVAC. They've had some games that were close for a while, but most of the time they end up being blowouts by the time it's all said and done. Traveling called. Minute 39. And a foul on the count. Ball comes deep. Castine back in, knocks it loose. Tremblay to Miller. Miller puts it up and squeaks in. Stacy Miller with a basket. It's 10-3 Cougar lead.
Take your time. Take your time. Bad pass.
Double dribble. (11-3) Northeastern up by 8. Minute and something to go in the first. Miller needs some help. Gives it to Erica Brown. Back to Miller. Over and back. Over and back violation not called. Now ball comes to Tremblay. Long 2-pointers, too strong. Off Brown. Wendy Wheeler in for the Sentinels, and Heather Boris back in for the Cougars. Uh-oh, Cougars are burnt long. Tremblay back. Got the ball, but she's called for a foul. I'm standing next to some Thai fans. They're complaining about the reffing, but Cougars have 70% of the fouls. Pocket at the line. Cougars have been called for 7 fouls, the Sentinels just 3, and they're still complaining. 11-5, 42 seconds to go. Boris gives it into LeCount. Up ahead for Castine. Back outside for Tremblay. Underneath for Brown, all alone, misses the shot. And the Sentinels rebound. Knocked out. Castine and Miller off one of them. Shot clock is on.
on, Roger.
Rebounded by Boris, up to Tremblay. The shot clock shouldn't be on when it's less than 30 seconds to go, and the shot clock has been on. The girls glance up and see the shot clock. They don't realize that how little time there is. 11-5 Cougars lead at the end of one. Cougar ball. Has a 6-point lead as we start the second period. Tremblay will inbound to Miller. Over to Boris. Back to Miller. Now Tremblay. To Boris. 15-footer is good. All net. Quackenbush will inbound it. Ball comes to Wheeler. She's tied up, and it's a jump ball. Boris forcing a jump. I think the clock hadn't been changed. It should be Ticonderoga. Cougars just inbounded it, so it's Ticonderoga's turn. Quackenbush inbounds. This is Cossey. Basket by Pocket. 13-7. Ball comes deep for Castine. Nobody underneath. She holds it up. Back to Tremblay. And the Cougars throw it away. Jim Gagnon reminding the girls of what they've been doing all year. Blue stepped across the line on the inbound, so it goes to White. Miller to Boris to Tremblay. Miller puts it up. Wheeler will shoot. Tremblay with her second foul. Pocket with the rebound. Miller brings it down. Pass comes to Castine. Back to Tremblay. Over to Miller. There's Brown. Back to Boris to Miller. Miller from 16 feet. It's good. Stacey Miller. (15-10). Tremblay comes from behind, knocks it loose. And Pocket's called for the foul. Erica Brown back in to replace Hillary Tremblay. Cougar ball, the Sentinels will press. Ball comes into Boris. Boris breaks the press, over and back. McKeever in, replacing Mulaney. Pocket with the ball. Foul on Castine. Pocket. Second shot rebounded by Brown. Castine looking to get it to Erica Brown. And we have a jump ball, the Cougars' turn. Tremblay will come in for Castine. 5:45 to go. Miller across midcourt. Erica Brown. Now to Heather Boris. Back to Brown. Miller. Christina Brown has it knocked out. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Stolen. Travel with your pivot feet.
Make sure you go out.
Lisa Marlowe in now.
Keep it up.
Marlowe in for Boris. Now Miller brings it up. Lisa Marlowe will inbound it. But first, this word from the Sentinels. Let's see, sending in number 14. That's Stanica. Marlowe inbounds to Tremblay. Brown to Brown. Christina Brown. And the Sentinels come out with it. Blue ball. Ball comes deep. Coxey gets rid of it. Sentinels hitting those boards hard. It's off the top. Off the top. Hit the top and the supports up there, and it's out of bounds. Brown out to Miller, back to Brown in the corner. Miller puts it up and buries it. Stacy Miller. She's got the hot hand now. Moving screen called on McKeever. She'll be replaced by Mulaney. 17-11, 4:09 to go. Marlowe quickly to Tremblay. Cougars working it around, and they get Brown open. Hit the back of the rim. Marlowe knocks it loose. Erica Brown will pick it up, and she's fouled. Nope. Oh, traveling call, I guess. 3:44 to go. And we have a Ticonderoga timeout. 3:44 to go in the first half. 17-11, Northeastern up by 6. Blue ball. Brown can't control it. Stolen. Christina Brown gives it to Tremblay. With the 30-second shot clock, there's only so much you can slow it down. Marlowe underneath to Tremblay. Now back to Erica Brown. Bank shot is good. Erica Brown makes it 19-11. Stepped across, stepped across. A late call, but he called it. 19-11 the score.
Come on, defense, get in there.
Stepped across the line on the inbound. Marlowe gives to Tremblay. Pass comes high to Erica Brown. Now Marlowe to Miller. 1-3-1 defense by the Sentinels, and it's given the Cougars a lot of problems. Marlowe, Miller. Shot clock goes off. Have to hit the rim within 30 seconds. gets fouled by Brown. Nope. Offensive foul called. I'd have to see that one again. I don't think there was a charge in that one, but Champlain. Double dribble. Blue ball. Erica Brown with a steal. Sentinels take it right back. Brown to Tremblay. Miller to Brown. Christina Brown shot rebounded by Tremblay. Back to Miller. Off the rim, Marlowe gets it out to Erica Brown. Miller back to Brown. Cougars try to pass through the middle, and the Sentinels come out with it. Minute and 12 to go in the first half. 19-11. Heather Desereau will come in to replace Christina Brown, who has to be a little tired. She's played the first half. Desereau to Erica Brown. Banks it in again. Tremblay with a steal. Takes it all the way and she's fouled. 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Cougars up by 10, 21-11. Tremblay misses the second shot. Marlowe with the rebound. Marlowe comes to Brown. Out to Miller. Marlowe on the line, the blue ball. Cougars putting pressure. Ball comes loose. Tremblay picks it up. Gives it to Miller. Miller over to Marlowe. Out to Brown. Corner to Tremblay. Miller at the foul line. Pushes off to Marlowe. She puts it up. In and out. Sentinels to the rebound. Foul on Erica Brown. 7 seconds to go in the first half. Sue Pocket misses the first. And misses the second. Shot back up, too strong, and that's it. 21-11, Northeastern up by 10 at the end of the first half. CVAC Junior Varsity Championship action from Peru will continue on Hometown Cable. The second half is underway here at Peru Central, and the Sentinels come out with a vengeance. Lookout back in the game, gets a rebound. She hasn't played much in that first half, and her absence, I think, affected the game. They need her under there, her scoring and her rebounding. Count underneath, looking for Brown. Brown fights her way through. Now Pocket comes up with the rebound. Cougars are leading by 10, 21-11. This is the CVAC JV Championship, Division I champion Northeastern. Unbeaten in the CVAC this year against Ticonderoga. Something was upset on their mind. There's a basket by Sarah McKeever. And it's an 8-point Cougar lead. Miller over to Tremblay to Brown. Brown pushes her way through, and there's a foul. Pocket picks up her third foul. Brown drops it in. Second shot too strong. Brown with a steal. Out she goes. Christina Brown. Ball bounced right to her, and she picked it up and put it in for an easy 2. Count gets it to Tremblay. And Tremblay will bring it down the court over to Miller. Ball's taken away. That was Cossey with a steal. Gives it to Pocket. Pocket can get it over to Quackenbush, and it's knocked out of bounds. Quackenbush will inbound it. And we have a foul. Wheeler will go to the line. Erica Brown back in, replacing Stacy Miller. Wheeler hits. Will count. To Boris. Tremblay. The look out.
Oh, she fouled her. Come on.
Come on, defense, get it back.
Keep hustling, girls.
Come on, girls. Sit up. Lean on.
Boris to Tremblay. To Brown. Back to Tremblay. Long pass, almost stolen by Cossey. And Tremblay brings it back for the Cougars.
Come on, Purple. Let's turn it around, girl.
Blue ball.
Shoot it.
That's just good by Stu Pocket. 24-16 the score. Tremblay underneath for LeCount. LeCount is fouled. LeCount shoot 2. Second one's good.
Watch it behind you.
Count with the steal, gives it to Brown.
Come on, girls, help her out there.
She gives it to Miller. 25-16. Cougars leading by 9, 4.5 to go in the second half, in the second quarter. We'll try it again in the third quarter. 4 minutes and 33 seconds to go, third period. Brown with a steal, she's knocked to the floor. Brown inbounds to Miller.
15, girls. Come on.
Watch behind you.
Danica.
Defense!
Stolen, given right to her, and she puts it back in. Cougar's going to call a timeout. The lead is down to 5, just a little over 4 hours to go in the third. Ball comes to Erica Brown, pushes it up for Christina Brown following this timeout. And Christina Brown puts it in. 27-20, Cougars lead. Northeastern pressing. Bucket with a shot. Tremblay keeps it alive. LeCount pulls it down. She'll be called for steps. Basket by Paquette. Miller gets it to Tremblay. Underneath for LeCount. Danielle Castine in. 27-22.
Good one.
Rebounded by Christina Brown. She has certainly helped keep the Cougars in this ball game today. Long shot, rebounded Erica Brown out to Tremblay. Should have the easy layup. Misses the layup. And the Sentinels come up with it. Reaching on Erica Brown. Basket's good by Mulaney. Corner to Brown. To Tremblay. Cougars trying to pass around this zone, and you have to go around the front. You can't pass through a zone like that. You have your passes picked off, broken up by Tremblay, and the Sentinels save it. It's a 3-point ball game at the moment. Tremblay rebounds. Pulls up for the short jumper off the rim. Castine tips it back. It's picked up by Brown. Now Miller from 17 feet. He's fouled after the shot. Here comes Paquette. Cougars should call a timeout, and they do. 27-26. Sentinels are excited.
Get in there, Heather! Get that ball, Heather!
Well, the Cougars get a chance to see what they're made of here. As they're challenged. Haven't been challenged too much in the CVAC. There's a foul. Miller will go to the line. Miller will shoot 2. Heather Stanilka with her second foul. Violation. Double violation. So it's a jump ball. Double violation. So white ball becomes a jump ball.
Get in there, girl!
Ball to Miller over to Castine. She pumps from the corner and hits. Danielle Castine with the basket. Cougars pressing. Pocket with the ball. Ball's knocked loose. But the Sentinels recover, and Adrian Mulaney puts it in. Miller needs some help. Gives it to Brown. Miller Christina Brown is fouled. Looks like about 1:09 on the clock. 30-28 the score. Christina Brown shooting 2. Misses them both. Rebound comes long. And the Sentinels come up with a chance to tie it. Pocket from 17 feet off the mark. Rebounded Miller. Miller gets to Erica Brown. Miller gets it back. Nothing there. Miller puts it out to Brown. Over to Christina Brown to Tremblay. Cougars take it away. Brown is knocked to the floor. Erica Brown picks it up, gives it to Castine. Quickly to Stacy Miller. Tremblay with a nice rebound. Out to Danielle Castine. Castine from 17 feet. Yes. (32-28). 5-second violation. Cougars forced another turnover. Hard to read this clock. Looks like about maybe 6 seconds to go in the third period. Northeastern up by 4. Ball comes to Erica Brown to Miller from 15. Yes! Big basket there. Cougars up by 6 to end the third. Quickly give you some more stats. I didn't know if I got into the steals. Leading stealer was Miller for the year, followed by Heather Boris, then Bonnie LeCount, then Christina Brown, then Hillary Tremblay, and Erica Brown. Assist coming into today's game, Miller and LeCount were tied. Boris was third, and Erica Brown was fourth. Castine long pass up ahead for Tremblay. She misses the shot. Brown's there for the rebound, puts it back up and in. Christina Brown has put in a heck of a game today. The Cougars are up by 8. Ticonderoga ball. This is Quackenbush, gets it back outside to Cossey. Underneath, picked off by Christina Brown, taken back by Cossey. Carried it. Cougars leading 36-28. Erica Brown to Tremblay. Over to Miller. Corner looking for Castine. Quackenbush forces the jump. Tremblay to inbound it. To Miller. Brown puts it up. Christina Brown, yes! Blocking on Pocket. That is her 4th foul. Cougars up by 10 with 7 something to go. 7:02, I think.
If I can have your attention, please.
Erica Brown can add to her team's 10-point lead. Misses the 1-and-1. Double dribble called. Tremblay to inbound it. Comes to Miller. Miller is stripped away by Cossey. Takes it back. Wide open path. Too strong. Pocket with the rebound. The ball to Cossey. Long pass. Up ahead. Basket will count. Wheeler with the basket. Erica Brown with the foul. Brown's 3rd foul. Wheeler can make it a 7-point game. It's way short. Christina Brown is knocked to the floor. Erica Brown comes up with it. Needs help. Christina Christina Brown is there. Where are the guards? There's Miller. Miller will bring it up. Miller underneath for Christina Brown. Yes. Christina Brown has put in one heck of a game for the Cougars. Pocket from 15, off the mark. Erica Brown with the rebound. Christina Brown up for Miller. Should have the easy left-handed layup, and she does, and it's 42-30, 12-point Cougar lead. Brown got a hand on it. Erica Brown comes up with it. Gives it to Miller. Corner to Tremblay. Cross court to Erica Brown. Looks like the fourth foul on Tremblay. Ball comes in the pocket.
We've been getting them all day. Don't get one in your whole half.
Erica Brown picked up, called for her fourth foul. Here's the steal, Tremblay. And the layup. Basket by Hillary Tremblay. Cougars up by 14 now. They were up by 1 at one point, and now blocking on Christina Brown. Brown's second foul. Devin Quackenbush at the line. Rebounded by Christina Brown. Gives it to Danielle Castine.
Pick it!
Up to Tremblay, underneath to Miller. Stacy Miller with the basket. 46-31. Rebounded Castine to Miller. Up for Tremblay. Pass to Erica Brown. Count it. Cougars leading by 17. .426 left in the ball game. Erica Brown looking for a three-point play and an 18-point Cougar lead. Fourth period has belonged to Northeastern. Blue ball. Ball's into Cossey. Tremblay comes out with it. Reaching on Pocket. She is fouled out. Her fifth foul. Put in a good game. Could be replaced by Mulaney, and now Erin Gadway will come in. She'll replace Erica Brown, who's done a nice job off the bench. Hillary Tremblay, a 1-and-1.
Rebound.
Rebound comes long. Tremblay tracks it down. Gives it to Miller. Castine picks it up. Back to Tremblay.
Defense.
Looking to get to Brown off blue. White ball. Tremblay says, I'll take it. Gadway says, fine. Heather Desro set to come in. She'll come in next whistle. Ball comes deep. Casse with a layup. Missed. Rebounded by Gadway. Gadway gets it to Castine. Castine looking for Miller. And Miller pushes it in the corner to Tremblay. Now underneath to Brown. Christina Brown. Definitely the high scorer on the Cougars today. Now Brown comes up with a steal underneath for Tremblay. And Brown gets a steal and an assist. Tremblay the easy 2. 52-31, 21-point lead for the Cougars. Miller. Desero replaces Tremblay. Sentinels bringing in people off the bench. It looks like Wheeler is fouled out. And what do we have here? Looks like a Ticonderoga foul shot. Oh, I guess maybe Tremblay is fouled out. Excuse me, Hillary Tremblay is fouled out. And now Stanilka will shoot. Boris back in. That's just good.
Do it again, Heather.
Brown to Marlowe. Looking for Desero. Coach Gagno keeping Christina Brown in, letting her come out last. Long shot, too strong, rebounded by Desero, gives it to Brown. Up to Gadway. Stolen by Stanilka. Taken back by the Cougars. Brown up to Boris. Desero from 16 feet. Nope. Desero follows. Brown, bounce pass underneath. 2:18 left in the ball game. Boris. Over and back called. Cougar fans saying, you think maybe Blue might have touched that one?
Over a 3, Heather.
Long shot. Blue comes up with it. Rebounded by Desero. Shot is up. And Sentinels come out with it. Christina Brown pushes it ahead for Heather Desero. Christina Brown has put in one heck of a ball game.
Go around.
52-33. Stolen by Marlowe, up for Gadway. Blocked. Minute 38 to go. Gadway out to Marlowe.
Come on, Heather, get that ball.
Over to Erica LaFountain. Brown with a steal. Over to Gadway. Now Brown up to Marlowe. Marlowe pass underneath for Boris. And Boris with a basket. 54-33. Minute 8 to go. Cougars had gone a long time without scoring. The Sentinels had pulled back. And End of the third quarter. Of course, the fourth quarter here has been exclusively Cougars, but the end of the third quarter, Danielle Castine here hit a couple of shots for the Cougars to get them back in the scoring. The eighth grader put them back on the right track, but they've been steamrolling down that track ever since. Brown gets her a round of applause for coming out and playing a heck of a ball game. Boris with a shot and a basket. 56-33. Basket's good by Heather Barber. Marlo to LeCount. No, that's Boris. Boris is fouled. 37 seconds to go. Heather Boris at the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Missed. Rebounded by the Sentinels. That was Kalisko with the rebound. Now Stalinka gives it to Mishner. Tapped out by Castine. Shot was taken by Mishner. Let's see. Barber will inbound. Stolen by Castine. Just stripped away. Stolen by Stalinka. Carrying it. 14 seconds to go. Boris inbounds to Marlowe. Marlowe up ahead for Castine. To the floor. Whoops. Says, hey, I was slapped. Well, she was passing to a phantom underneath. Boris almost had to steal. What we got here? Looks like maybe 5 seconds up there. Cougars will get it. 56-35. Castine inbounds to Boris. The Desero throws it up. And that's the ball game. The Northeastern Clinton, the 1995 overall champions, still unbeaten in CVAC play. A 56-35 victory. They'll now receive their certificates. I think both clubs might be getting something here.
The chairman of the CVAC girls basketball team, Jim Maryhill, going to present the runner-up.
CVAC chairman Jim Maryhill.
With their certificate.
Sentinels.
Sue Pocket.
Sue Pocket.
Sarah McKeever.
Sarah McKeever.
Sarah Cassie.
Sarah Cassie.
Wendy Wheeler.
Wendy Wheeler.
Devin Quackenbush.
Devin Quackenbush.
Heather Stanoka.
Heather Stanoka.
Adrian Mulaney.
Adrian Mulaney.
Carrie Kalisko.
Carrie Kalisko.
Heather Barber.
Heather Barber.
And Denise Mishner.
And Denise Mishner.
Congratulations on a great year.
And the girl with her arm in a sling. But I want one too. For the champions.
Number 11, Stacy Miller.
Stacy Miller.
23, Hillary Tremblay.
Hillary Tremblay. Bonnie LeCount. Christina Brown.
Hillary Boris.
Heather Boris.
Erica Brown.
Erica Brown.
Heather Desereau.
Heather Desereau.
Danielle Castine.
Danielle Castine.
Aaron Gadway.
Aaron Gadway.
And Lisa Marlowe.
And Lisa Marlowe.
Congratulations, girl.
And Coach Jim Gagno. Not here today is Hillary Peets. So that's it for the 1994-95 season.
It's Heather Bullrun.
The Northeastern Clinton Central School Cougars are champions of the CVAC and unbeaten in CVAC action. So a fine season by Jim Gagno and his team.